Adesso parlo io. So recently I've been going through the internet until I found this equation. And as you can see, it's a pretty unique one actually. And I've seen that it's dividing masses of people from everywhere around the world that are giving numbers as results. But the most common ones are 16 and 1. And today I'm gonna expose everyone that says that the result of the equation is 1. And in doing so, let's jump onto the computer. So as you can see right now, we've got the whole equation. And I just wanted to say something. At first glance, I also said that the result of the equation will be 1. Because of this thing that you see here. This is really important, guys. Like in every other equation. This one thing is not equal to this one thing. So multiplications are not equal to brackets or parentheses. Obviously, we're gonna solve the equation in the brackets, but the result is gonna be there. And it's not the same as the multiplication. Well, then you might say, okay, because of PEDMAS or BEDMAS, call it whatever you want, you're gonna solve this equation with the brackets and then divide 8 and 8, which obviously is gonna result in 1. But actually, it's not something about PEDMAS, but it's all about how you write the equation, and I'm gonna show you why. And because we get into that, I just wanna say that I'm not a mathematician, I'm not a professor, I'm not anyone, even if I'm really looking forward to sign up for some engineering course in university. But it's something that in Italian school we are taught in like 12, 13 years old. But actually I pretty much studied to solve this equation, and as you're gonna see, it's pretty personal. Plus, a professor said that this equation is so unique that you're just not going to see it written like that. Because obviously we want to clarify when there is a division or a fraction, because that changes everything. So as we said, because of PEDMAS you will have to solve the brackets and the result is gonna be 1. But let me show you this thing. If we put the equation as of a fraction, this is very important, guys, and it's not something that I invented, but it derives from someone that studies aerodynamic engineering, so you can't really argue with that. This is a magnificent example of how both the numerator and denominator are going to be in parentheses. And because of that, you're gonna put parentheses here, brackets. So the equation is gonna be like this. It's incredible, guys. Look here. Now the equation is completely changed. And obviously this one is also gonna be 1. So to have this equation being solved by 1, being solved with 1, you're gonna need squared brackets to have all divided by 8. So obviously you're gonna have the multiplications first, because if it's in the brackets, and it's gonna be 8 divided by 8. And this is what makes the difference, guys. We are not finding this equation. If this one was the equation, we obviously would have 1. But if we just simplify by this, we're gonna have 16. And that's the beauty of math. Look at that. Obviously here is a multiplication, and 8 only divides by 2. And 8 is only divided by 2. So because we have brackets, it's a whole other block, even if you have a multiplication. Because here, what I said first, so this one thing just falls down, and because of the brackets, that 2 plus 2 is gonna be a whole other block, and it is only gonna be divided by 2. So to play it simple, to get 1 as a result, you need to divide everything by 8. And to divide everything by 8, you're gonna need a fraction. But if you write it as a fraction, you're gonna have to put brackets in here, both at denominator and denominator. So this one, even without the brackets, we don't need them, is gonna be the equation that gives you 1. Meanwhile, this, in which we just translated the equation as a fraction, is gonna give you the result of 16. This thing is just mental, guys. I love it. And this is how we get it done, guys. Remember, you're probably not gonna find any of this, but you need to remember that what you get over and under a fraction is basically gonna get brackets. And to check if you're right, you need to translate it twice. So from this equation, you're gonna have the original equation. That gives you obviously 16, as we just turned out. But if you translate it into this, which is obviously wrong, you're gonna retranslate it with this one. That is absolutely not the original equation. And this is how we get it wrong. And you need to trust me, guys. This thing out of parentheses over and under a fraction just always blows my mind. And obviously it's also something that is very useful. Now, I hope my teacher sees this video and see you with other lessons. Hopefully not. Bye bye.